Hi, I'm Joe Bogue. This is how to set up the indoor lighting and sound system at the Maplewood Barn Community Theater. For those who have taken my light and sound training class, most of what I taught you is still the same. We've just acquired some new equipment that I'm now going to show you how to set up so you can run a show inside. So for these silver park hand lights, the process is the same as it's always been. You'll use this board. At the very bottom, you'll see 4 switches that just turn on, like that. And then to make the lights go up and down, you just move the slider up. The lights are preset so that number 1 is the left side, number 2 is left center, number 3 is right center, and number 4 is the far right side. When you're done with a show and ready to turn them off, you just bring the sliders down and then turn off the power switches at the bottom. And that's all there is to that. Now for the new stuff. We've acquired some new LED lights for inside performances. We use the same light board that we use for outside to control these LED lights. All you'll need to do, quick reminder, is plug in the power cable into the slot that says power, and that'll make the board come on. And then you plug this cable, which says Sound Concepts on it, and you take it and you plug it in to DMX, which is right here. And then just FYI, when you're ready to take it out, there's a little button below that you have to push in to release it, to pull it out. So the indoor LEDs are controlled by the same light board that we use for outside performances. A couple things to know about the light board, in case you don't already. You use these arrow keys to set whichever channel you want. You can see what channel you're on in this screen, and you can see by my thumb. To set up the lights into the colors you want and then program them, you'll want to make sure you have this slider all the way up. It's called Chase. So you want Chase all the way up, and then this slider is the master. It gives power to all the lights. So if master's down, none of the lights will come up. So you want master up for both programming the board and for running lights for a show. And then the last thing you need to know where is called manual crossfade, and it's right here. It allows you to control either the top row, the bottom row, or if you have it in the center, which is where I like to keep it, you have control over both rows at once. So the LED lights have 6 colors. The center light poles are controlled by sliders 1 through 6. Then the left side light pole is controlled by sliders 8 through 13. And the far right light pole is controlled by sliders 15 through 20. They're set up as analogs of each other. So 1, 8, and 15 are all red. 2, 9, and 16 are all green, etc., etc. So the LED lights can be set to any shade or color you want to. You're not just stuck with all red and all green, etc. So by playing with the different sliders on each pole, like I said, the groupings are 1 through 6, 8 through 13, and 15 through 20. By playing with those sliders, you can get whatever shade or color you want. Now I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how to program the board. If you need a more detailed explanation for programming the light board, you'll find a video on that subject on this YouTube channel. So to reiterate something I said earlier, you'll want to set your channel using these arrow keys. I'm going to use 3 so I don't mess anything up for the show that's going on right now. You'll want to have Chase all the way up, Master all the way up, and you'll want the manual crossfade set in the middle so you have control of both rows. You hit record, set up the lights on the top row the way you want them so you get the shade and color you want. Choose which slider on the bottom row you want to use, and you press the black button, and you'll see on the screen up here that that number you chose shows up on the screen. And one important note, you'll want to have one slider on the bottom row set so that lights 7, 14, and 21 are all the way up. You'll just leave that slider all the way up while you run the show. That'll get around the manufacturer's error. So once you've got all the bottom toggles set to the combination of colors on the top row that you want, the final step in programming the board is to hit Run, which is this top button in the top left corner. The other new bit information has to do with sound inside the barn. This cable is the cable you'll use to connect the soundboard to the laptop outside, and you can use it inside as well. This end has a headphone jack and it plugs into your laptop, and then this end is a normal XLR cable, and it goes from this device into this fancy speaker. You can see the DMX cable plugged in right there. The speaker has a volume knob right here, and the power switch is on the back. One tip about this device that you can use for both inside and outside, you'll see that it's got a switch that has two settings, grind and lift. If one doesn't work, flip the switch and try the other one. And it's got a volume knob as well, and I would just recommend leaving it about all the way turned up, and then use the speaker to adjust your volume. We're looking to get 2 of those devices, but for now we only have one. So if you can't find it upstairs with the indoor tech stuff, look in the box that the outdoor soundboard lives in. It'll be in there because we use it for outside performances. One last thing that's worth mentioning, there's a power strip on this table that everything you need for indoor lighting and sound is plugged into. The speaker's plugged into it, the laptop's plugged into it, the light board is plugged into it. So when you're done with a show, you can just flip the master switch on that power strip and everything will turn off. Then when you come back the next day, you can just turn that on, and you'll be good to go. And I'm Joe Bogue, and thanks for watching.